My life, I love my life, I love my life, I love my life, I love my life. No, 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 when tomorrow might bring out a future, you're hours away. So me, I live my life today. Me, I live my life today. Yeah, so long as I stop, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not to say. So me, I live my life today. So I live my life today. It's not nobody else's world. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me, I live my life today. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. So me, I live my life today. Because she is so lit up and stress up. Don't make no blood pressure, make your life get low. Never you back up when I let you. You give me a feel, even try to so. Thank God for my life, yeah. Wake up this morning and I like it. Then go and judge somebody in a perfect and Father God alone you righteous. If you don't like how the sacrifice the Lord, you never time the war to stand so hard. Then come and give it out of the sack of war. All the tries and bargains try the land for love. Movement from the upbringing, we not just people from the truth and carefully. Them are the things that them can't compare to me, can't compare to me. None of them know when tomorrow might bring out the future, they have us away. So I live my life today, I live my life today. Yeah, so long as I stop, oh, I'm to stop, they have enough to say. So I live my life today, I live my life today.
Hey! Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome
Welcome
once again to Unfiltered Live.
where we talk about everything and anything. What's happening in your world and
Our
our world.
world. Welcome. Good night, Vanessa.
Night, Vanessa.
Welcome. Where's everybody? Let's ask
Vanessa
that.
does a work with the next price.
Where is everyone? We have a very, very, very interested topic as always tonight. We're not gonna jump into the topic as yet because we're gonna wait to see who's gonna come online. But yeah,
She represents. Oh, because she come in our colors. Don't she look fabulous? And it's like a long skirt with swirl off and all of these things.
yeah,
So you're representing?
you gotta represent, guys. It's our first. Well, they said the first black superhero movie that's out, Black Panther, and you gotta represent. So that's what I'm representing for. You know, Black Americans, African Americans. You know, we are all African
I
Americans, and
love
we gotta
the movie.
represent.
I so love it. Like I didn't even like when I just saw the ads, I was like, I love it. It's just like when I see the ladies in it, the black ladies and the pretty to me,
Yeah.
it's like I get goosebumps just looking at them. And when I see them, I think, oh my god, I want to watch this movie. They're so beautiful, and they're just like, mommy. But they're true. Look at them. They're so real and natural. They're just pretty.
Yeah.
And then I hear we keep on hearing about this Black Panther movie, this Black Panther, and they say, mommy, it's the same movie that you say you love the black ladies. It's there.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same movie. So last night I tried to go and get and watch it. Oh, girl,
Hi.
sold out
Yes.
over
and-
to today as well.
Yes, yes. And that's why a lot of people was doing like the view of it, like the preview of the movie. It's gonna be packed. You're gonna have to buy the ticket in advance. There's something that
Yeah.
you have to like schedule. It's gonna be like it's
Because that's what most of the people do because it was solo up to onto today and that was from yesterday.
yeah.
So
They've been ordering it way back.
Oh my god.
Way back,
So I
and-
have to watch it. I mean I heard that most of it was filmed here in Atlanta.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's good. You know, as a review of
I
Hollywood.
know, like yeah.
But I think it's something that everyone needs to go and see. Um, they're encouraging everyone, kids, picnic, everybody, adult, your grandmother, everybody to go see
I
it.
have to watch it.
And they're trying to hit top charts as far
It's going,
as
I think
it
it's
will.
going
It's
pretty
going to
well.
be in the movie theater for a long time. It's going to be there for a long time because so many people want to go and see it. And as you said, you went there and tried to see it,
Yeah.
and it's sold out. So you tell me when you going to get to see it. And you're just a local person.
I'm gonna see if I can try and but maybe it's sold out tonight because last night they had it up to 11:55.
Yeah, it's going to be like that for a while. And also, my favorite show came out. My favorite movie came out. 50 Shades of Grey. So I'm gonna say I'm representing Black Panther, and she's 50 Shades of Grey. She's the sexy, fierce side of the fair side. So 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, great! Oh my God, I love it.
But you can say you're both too.
I know because
the cleavage and
then I'm wearing my pink lipstick for the first time. Purple. Yeah, I'm looking at yours.
And then that's what I said I was gonna tell you. This lipstick is it's burgundy. It's really burgundy, but I mixed it with I put the nude color in the middle. Is it cute?
Yeah, and they make it stand up.
Yes,
stand up.
You know, you use the nude lipstick to give you that plump, make it look like.
Hey, Atoria. Yeah. So. Guys, while you guys are here, we're gonna talk about this topic. It's very disturbing, and it's very sad to know that not even in the school you're not safe where you're supposed to go and get an education. So we want to know what is going on in our school. Especially if you have kids, like you really need to know what's going on. We need to be more involved in what's going on in our school.
Well, see, when I have to say this because when I just moved here and Nate went to school, I was like to me, Nate, so how is it? Do you like it? What time does school really start? What time do you start class? And the reason why I asked him that because afterwards I said, so what time do they have devotion? At the moment they don't have devotion. I said, what?
Yeah.
And you see, after all of everything that went on in Florida, then I see them praying on the news. I see them gathering. I'm just to myself saying, okay. But this is the time when you're going to start praying in the school?
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's crazy because I'm happy that you touched that topic because, see, Vanessa just wrote that also they need to put back God in the schools.
Exactly, Vanessa.
Exactly. My problem is why is it that you know that there is a God and when all these kids are dying out there, that's when you want to go on the news and shout out and cry for Jesus, Jesus, God, God, God. But you guys are not solving the problem by putting it back in the school. Because when I first came to America in 2004, I went to New York. My school there was like one of the worst schools there is. We have probably like 4 different schools in one building. My school, we still had morning devotion. Right. And they will tell, up until now, I think they're still doing it. And they will tell the students, if you do not want to participate in it, then you do not have to come to it, but we will have morning devotion.
Is that in New York?
Yeah. And that school, they have everything locked. Like, I'm telling you, they have the metal detectors and everything. You have to have an ID for one to get inside the building. They check your bag every time you go in and out. Yeah. If you don't have an ID, you got to go around to the corner, to the side, and go get an ID to get in.
Even if you left your ID. I mean, like, oh my God, it's just so, as you said, disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, this young man is like, what? He's what, 20? 18? How old is
the one that did the shooting? I think, no, I think 18, 17, around.
Yeah, I think he's 18.
He's a young teenager.
And he could go into the gun store and bought a gun. And then I was watching the news today, and the news reporter was, he's 19. Thank you, Vanessa. And the news reporter was saying that how come he at 19 could go into, why is that legal? Why is it legal that a 19-year-old can step into the gun store and buy a firearm like
But
that?
not only a firearm, this guy had more than just a firearm. This guy had the mask thing. He had the what you call it? The thing that when you fling it, it smokes up.
Yeah.
He had everything. It was something that was, he had to premeditate it. It's a premeditation thing. And my thing is, I heard that he also had that on his social media
That's
page.
what I was just going to say.
That was a big red flag. Why is it that no one reported it?
He always been putting it up. And at one point, I heard that he said that that's something that he wanted to do. That's something that he always, like, it's like he's saying, when I grow up, I want to be a soldier. So he's saying that he wants to attack schools and go to school and shoot up schools.
And I think there's nothing wrong with giving a child a suspension, but what the school got to now realize is that when you suspend a child and send that child home, to go home and do nothing, you never know what's going on in that child's mind. If you suspend a child from school, there is something you need to, especially if it's behavior problem, they need to make sure they have that child going to counseling, like they would be going to school, but it would be counseling. Don't send them home and stick them at home, and then this when he find all this time to plan everything, he probably research everything. He already know what the school is like upstairs and downstairs. He know the class periods. He know when the bell is gonna ring. So it's a premeditation thing.
So Vanessa, that's what I was just going to touch. That topic, Vanessa says, because he is white and all they're doing is saying he has a mental issue. No, after you do all of that, then that's what they're gonna say. He has mental issues.
Yeah,
and that is why he do all of what he just did. Because when I was watching the news today, the lady was saying, I don't know if she's his lawyer. So she was saying that, oh, he's so sad and he's so mournful. He was just mournful, and he like she said, let's give him a chance. Seriously?
No.
18?
19.
18 victims.
Oh yes, yes. Well, I heard 17 died, and about a dozen or 2 dozen went in the hospital injured. But it's very sad. It's sad, and it's only so much that we could do. And I personally don't feel like the teachers are getting paid enough to do all this thing that they're doing. They're not getting enough pay, because I'm pretty sure like the teachers in private school, they're getting more paid, but it's still never enough. And then I watch the news where this lady is crying out to Trump, do something. Let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of him, but you gotta give credit where it's due. I'm gonna say this: Trump is not responsible for what's going on in the school. He is not, but it's not even if he has to. It's like he always say all these crazy stuff, but when you think about it, it's really out of his hands. The only thing that he could do is to get Pryor back in the school. That's in his hand, right? He could do that. But when you think about what's going on within the school, it's out of his hands. It's going to take our local board of health, board of education, those little areas to get it together. It's not in his hands. He can't.
Well, if that's what he can do, and as I know, I'm a living testimony about Pryor. So if that's what he needs to do, then that's what he needs to do. Get back the Pryor into the school. What you said a while ago about the school that you used to go in New York, that's what is supposed to be happening. Because how can you get into school with even a firearm like that to be able to take it out and to use it?
Yeah.
And so many people.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you know, I was like, just from listening to the news, it when I said it's so disgusting to me, like it when I heard all this gunshots just blazing, and I see the kids with their hands surrendered.
Yeah, like one I saw a clip where one of them was videoing it, were videoing, and they said that even teachers, some teachers were trying to protect
The
other
kids.
kids by laying on top of them and putting themselves at risk into the whole thing what's
Yeah.
going on. Oh Lord.
And they're not getting paid enough to do that. Because what we gotta realize is these teachers has a family also that they got to go back home to. Because even in the shooting in Florida, there was a teacher that run out there to go open the door to get the kids inside the classroom, and on his way back, he didn't make it. You know, he didn't make it. It's the same thing with the shooting that happened in up north. I think Connecticut, that area, the shooting that happened with all those. I think wasn't it like a elementary school? I think it was like an elementary school, that shooting that happened a couple years back, and it's crazy. What can we do to protect our teachers, our students? You know, there got to be something that they could do. First of all, they need to install a metal detector in every single one of these schools. It's gonna cost them, but it is better to save someone's life than to be worried about what it's gonna cost them. It's gonna cost them way less when they install a metal detector in the schools, when they invest more in the school and protect these teachers, put
And
proper
students.
policing at the front door, put a lock on the door from even the outside. In order for you to come in, you have to
pass
press
security.
a button and say who you're coming to. You know, what are you there for? You know, time is too civilized. Time is like short, and we got to do whatever we have to do to protect our teachers, our students. My child is growing up, and he's about to start school soon, and it's like nerve-wracking because it's like you don't know when something like this might happen in the school. You don't know. You don't know, and it's, as you can see now, it's like it's a trending thing that's happening.
Because it's like it happened, because you said it happened in where?
North,
Up north, and now it happened in Florida.
it's
They need
trending.
proper security system.
Yeah.
There's no way a student must be able to go into the school and pass. How can you pass with teachers, principal, front desk, and go all the way to a classroom where you can get the opportunity or the privilege to do all the damages that you want to do? That's not right.
Yeah,
That don't seem well secure at all.
it's true because I didn't get to see exactly what Vanessa wrote.
She was
at the
saying,
time.
before she was saying that we need to talk about bullying in school and online.
Yeah, and not only that, like I saw another thing that she was talking about jail. I'm not sure if I saw that right, but it's something close to that. But it just thinking about that, it brings my mind to how do they? You see how look how they protect the police officers and stuff in the jail. In order for you to do a visitation, right? I wouldn't be able to even go in a visitation
Yeah.
in something like this.
No.
You have to go through tons
It's like
of
you're going
pat-down.
through immigration.
Yeah.
Like you're checking in. You take off and you then go through
Yes.
the laser thing.
And I feel like the same money that they use to protect our protectors, the cops, the immigration, all of that, it's the same money that they need to use to protect these teachers and these students. And then, like, no offense to anyone, don't take it personal, but the money that Trump is trying to use to build a wall to get rid of Mexicans out of the country, and the money that he's using to get rid of illegal immigrants and whatever, he need to use that money towards protecting the kids and the students in the school. You know, that's what we
He's just
need.
focused, he's just focusing on one thing.
Yeah,
Like that's always his topic, and that is his main focus.
yeah. And I cannot imagine, like, what can you say to a parent that is hurting. It's she's bitter.
When you send your child to school, because that's why I have to pray over Nate and cover him. That's what we have to do with our children.
Yeah.
Because when we send them to school, they are no longer our responsibility. Not when they're at school. When they're at school, they are the teacher and the principal's responsibility. The teachers at Nate's school, they tell us that. They said they're not your child anymore. They're ours. They call them my baby. So, anything, and even when, I the thing is about it, because they had the flu, so he wasn't in school. And when he doesn't go to school, you see, even when I called them and I say, Nathaniel is not well, he's not going to be in school, they tell me, Miss Scott, you have to just write a note whenever he's coming in, write a note, send it to us. And even though they still call me, a child from your household named Nathaniel Henry is missing from school. So you can do all of that. So why not put in the effort to make sure that they are secured and being taken care of properly when they're at school?
Yes, yes. Vanessa, what do you mean when you said, but it's not even them that's doing these crimes?
Is that a lot of these kids are doing it because of
bullying. It's a spirit. It's a spirit that took over the school. It's a spirit that's not even the school. It's just all over. It's a spirit that's taken over. This world is coming to an end.
I know, right, Vanessa? Because who work like them, I must admit.
Yeah. It's not even the Mexicans that's doing the crime. It's true, and it's sad that that's where our focuses are. It's sad that that's what it's focusing on. Leave those people alone and focus on what you need to, the most important stuff. First of all, like we said, you gotta put back prayer in the school. And I feel like if everyone will take it serious enough, just like I'm here tonight representing for Black Panther, if everyone would be me and say, you know what, let's try to sign a petition.
Vanessa said it's not a spirit, it starts at home.
It does start at home, but then, like you said, when your child leaves your home, they're not in your responsibility anymore. So you might be at home training your child the right way and praying over them before you go to school. But when before they go to school, but when they go to school, now you don't know what spirit they're encountering, what spirit is lingering around them, what company they're keeping, and then peer pressure. They go to school, they might not tell you, oh, mommy, I'm going through bullying, someone is bullying me. You start noticing the different changes in them. They come home, they're depressed, they're not talking to you no more, they're not opening up no more, and then when you see those things, you've got to, find out what's going on. Just like on the news where this lady was like, she found a diary with her grandson writing some stuff saying how he's gonna shoot up a couple of schools. And she called the cops. She reported it. He wrote it in a diary, had it all planned out with the name of the schools that he's gonna shoot up and everything. It was going to happen again. But this lady prevented it because she saw the red flags and she called up her authority to come and handle the situation before it get out of hand. It's the same thing with this guy. He showed a lot of red flags on his social media, but nobody did anything attention to it. So what can we say about it? What can we do?
They were just being naive about it, saying that, oh, that is Instagram page, and that's what he do.
Yeah. And when those kind of behaviors is not supposed to be tolerated. You are like, Trump is worrying about the wrong stuff. he's really worried about the Muslim. And every time I go on the news and I see where he's trying to get these people out. You grew up, you've been here from you was a baby and you 20 whatever years old, and he's still trying to put you out of this country. This is the only thing you know. This is the only place you know, and you still trying to worry about that. Worry about our soldiers that's out there fighting for our freedom. You know, worry about the student that goes to school and is not safe. Worry about the teachers that's trying to teach a class and they gotta think, okay, what's gonna happen next? You know, because even in the news it was saying like the same day, couple minutes before the attack happened, they had a fire emergent, like a what they call it, like a practice emergency thing where the fire alarm went off, and you know when it goes off you're supposed to do. Yeah, they just had that right before it happened. So this time now when they heard it go off again, they thought, oh, they probably doing it again.
And didn't alarm them and let them know that, oh, we're gonna do this again.
Yep. The fire drill. Yeah. And shortly after they did the practice fire drill, the real thing happened.
You know that if the school is going on a field trip or anything, if I can go, I don't film it.
Yeah, and I mean you have to do what you have to do, and it's so much, it's so overwhelming. It's just so much things that's going on around us that we gotta now pick and choose what's important and what's not important.
And I had read already before that in school they're gonna start just like how they talk about God. But which part they talk about God? But anyways, they're saying that if they're gonna talk about God, they're gonna talk about faith as well. So the children have their choice.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that.
So it's like if they're teaching about God, they're also going to teach about Satan. So it's your choice. You choose who you want to follow and who you want to lead you. Really?
And I wouldn't be surprised that
it's not like I don't cut you, but it's not like okay, they're going to teach you and said, oh, God is good and Satan is bad. They don't talk it like that's all they're going to do. They're going to just teach you what Satan does and what he is and what God is and what he does. And so it's up to you.
This world
is crazy,
confusing, and that's why, like Vanessa said, it does start at home. It does start from home. You gotta teach your kids. They said you gotta know the word for yourself. You gotta. We had all night prayer thing at church Friday night, straight back into today, and you know one of the main things that we was focusing on is equip. You gotta equip yourself so that when you come up on these situations and these tasks and these problems and whatever, you got to be equipped for it. You know, you are going. It's like I said, when the kids leave your home and go to school, you don't know who they're around. So when you teach them the right thing from home, and they are well equipped, which means they are prepared for a situation or whatever the task is, when they're prepared for that, they will know to say, you know what, no, this is not what my mom teach me. And then also we gotta also teach our kids to stand up for what they believe in.
That's what I
you gotta teach them to do that.
I always tell them you're not a follower, you're a leader. Never you ever dare follow nobody. And I always pray that God will lead him into the right direction and lead him into the right company. Because it's a company.
Yep, you gotta be a loner.
Company and peer pressure. It's not easy. Yeah. You gotta be strong. You gotta be a self-motivator, and that's what children have to be. If they're not self-motivated, it's hard for them in school.
And it's true. It's just so sad that all these things is going on, around us. Even with what's going on in the different countries, you know, people killing people for
Oh
the
God, but that's such
little
a
things.
Jamaica. We forgot to
You
talk
know,
about that one next night.
it's just it's very sad. It's really
You
sad.
hear about everything that's happening in Mobile, like
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, it's really sad, guys, and I challenge all of us as parents, as fathers, you know, teachers, whatever you are. I challenge all of us to go out there and try to see if we could sign a petition to get Fire back in school, because it doesn't matter what they're going to teach them, if they want to teach them about God and if they want to teach them about Satan, but there's nothing that can overcome prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer has power.
Yes.
And when you pray with that authority, there's nothing that they could do that could overcome that power. Like even in Jamaica, I see in Old Dover High School where they're doing like I think they did like a whole week of prayer, and that school was turned upside down. Like everybody was under the
Really?
spirit. They was going all in, girl. I mean, prayer is so important, and there's nothing. I don't think there is nothing that could overcome the power of prayer. When you bow down on your knees and go with a sincere heart to God, there's nothing. Prayer is everything. Prayer is everything. Prayer could turn back anything that the devil has planned for us. But we have to learn how to come together. We have
Mm-hmm.
to unite. We
We gotta
gotta
learn how
learn.
to pray and learn how to teach our children. I said to Nate, oh boy, because seeing that they don't have devotions in school, I know they don't pray. So I said, listen, you see, whenever you're at school, you see, just as though you eat here, and before you start eating, you pray. You pray. It doesn't matter where you are, you pray. You're in the cafeteria, pray. Don't care about nobody looking at you. Don't care about what they say, because children will laugh. Because I have a cousin that, and he saw me praying when I was eating. I was at his house,
Hmm.
and I started eating my food, and I prayed, and he was like, "You pray?" I was so shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. And he said, really? I said, yes. I pray before I eat my food. And he's like, why do you do that? I said, because I'm blessing my food that I'm going to eat. It's going in my stomach. It's going in my system.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't pray? He said, yes. Only when he wakes up in the morning and when he's going to bed.
Yeah.
So, like, some people and some children grow up with that sense of knowledge to think that that's the only time you pray. That's not the
Not the
only
only
time you
time.
pray.
And like Vanessa was saying just now, it's not only the school. The prayer in the school alone doesn't help. It also takes the community to get these young
Mm-hmm.
ladies and these young men and bring them together, teach them the right way. I'm pretty sure in every community there's a God fearing person there, if it's even one. And if that one person could bring everybody together in that within the community, we could start from there too. Bring the community together, because there's nothing like unity. Unity has power also, just like prayer. Because in order for you to pray and pray with that authority, when you put unity within it, oh my God, they said where there's one or more, you ever hear, like they said, like two is better than one,
Mhm.
two minds is better than one,
Yeah.
and they said where there is more than one touching anything concerning God, it's power. And like Atoria also say, prayer moves mountains. It does. Prayer moves mountains.
I can attest to that.
You can feel so much things. Sometimes you feel like it's not doing anything, but it might not be doing anything for you, but it's doing something for someone else. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to say this out of experience. I went to this pizza place a couple days ago, like probably like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and I was sitting down there eating, and this I'm showing you how the devil is just out there. to get anybody that he can. And it's a pizza place. It's kids friendly and everything. I was sitting there with my family eating, and when we was about to leave, before I was on the phone and this lady called me about some dresses, and when we was about to leave, Adrian went to the bathroom, and he said when he got up, he noticed that the lady was going to get up, but it's like she was waiting for him to leave. When he leave and go to the bathroom, she got up and she came over, excuse my name, she said, "Bitch, I heard you was talking about blah, 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 blah." She called her name, but I'm looking at her lost now, like I don't know what this lady is talking about. And I'm sitting there, and she kept on talking, and I kid you not, the more the lady kept on talking to me, first of all, she looked like she was out of it. And the more the lady kept on talking to me, I felt my head started numbing. I felt my left arm started numbing. And I'm the type of person, like, most of the time when I'm talking, I will be like this, just staring in your face, looking, giving proper eye contact. And the more she kept on talking, it's the more I felt my body just numbing. And if it wasn't for prayer, and if it wasn't for the ability to detect what was going on, I probably would have fallen down. This lady was so possessed, and her spirit was so strong, to where I felt it like it was trying to.
She came over to you,
Yeah,
trying to start an argument with you.
yeah. And
For no reason.
And I do not know this lady from nowhere. Never seen her before. And when I recognized what it was, and I stood back and I looked at her, and I said, "The blood of Jesus is against you." Right in the pizza place, everyone turned around looking at me like, "What's going on?" I said, "The blood of Jesus is against you." And I got up, and I moved away. And then she looked at me, and then she walked out. When she went through the door, I cannot tell you if she made a left or a right or if she went straight. And this is what I'm saying. It's so very important to pray, because, like I said, your child, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's school that they're going to. It could be even outside of school. It could be the movie theater. It could be it could be anywhere. The devil is just out there to possess and destroy everything. You know. So when you pray, that prayer, it works, because right when it happened, I could not believe it. I kept on feeling my face and my arm, like, I cannot believe that this just happened. And I tried to call my mom, she didn't answer. I called my grandma. When I called my grandmother, she answered the phone, and she said, "Hallelujah." And I said, "Mama, what's wrong with you?" She said, "I was just praying for you, and I just covered Marlon under blood." And this is what I'm saying, like, sometimes you pray and you don't see that it's happening to you, but it's doing something to someone else. So when we come together as a community and pray for these schools and pray for the kids within the community, it does a lot. Yes, it does. It does a lot, guys. And I challenge you guys to do that. Come together with your community, even if you have to start with 2 persons. Come together with your community and pray. Pray for these kids. Pray for these young kids. Pray for the schools. Pray for everything that you could think of, because this world is coming to an end. Yeah.
We need to cover ourselves and our friends, our family, and our children. We need to cover ourselves, cover our spots.
Yes. Yes. So there you have it, guys. You know, we still don't know exactly what's going on within the school, what's going on in these kids' minds, and but we do know that the devil is out there to steal and devour whoever he can, whatever soul he could get to go into. Because let me tell you something about the demons that's out there. If a demon gets out of something, it has to go and find another body to dwell in. It can't just be lingering out there, which means it uses people, not just people, but whatever you could think of, it uses it, it controls it. So if a demon jumps out of you and comes and I'm sitting right here just wasting time and idling,
it's gonna come into
it's
you.
coming into me.
Yeah,
because
you
it
got
has
that force of prayer to keep it off.
Yeah,
Let it
pray
stay
for
off.
your kids. Cover them under the blood. When they sleeping at night, put some olive oil there. Always have a bottle of anointed olive oil and pray, guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys for staying with us. We didn't really come on here to talk about all this, but wherever it leads us, that's what we do. We follow, the authority of God, the Spirit of God. And sometimes it's not always about laughing and talking and blah, blah, blah. But when it gets very important, we are going to talk about it. It's unfiltered, guys. It's unfiltered. But let's not leave on a serious note. I'm going to tell you a little joke, right? So I was watching this little thing. It's like a little skit. So it's a professor and like 3 kids. So the professor came up. They was like, "Good afternoon, professor." And the professor said, "Good afternoon." They said, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna cut it short. Pretty much, they said to the professor said to them, they said something about God. So professor said, "God is not real." And they said, "How do you know that?" He said, "Because science has proven that whatever you cannot see or touch, it does not exist." So the professor said, "Can you see God?" They said, "No." "Can you touch God?" They said, "No." So he said, "So that means there is no God? What are you talking about? God is not real." So the little girl said to the professor, "Professor, where you got your senses from?" He said, "Because I got it. I got sense up here." So the girl was like, "Okay, can you see sense? Can you touch sense?" The professor was like, "No." So she was like, "That means you don't have no sense."
It's Emmanuel. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's leave on that note, guys. Do you have anything to say?
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Vanessa, for being our number 1 watcher. and Atora, Karen, always tuning in. Everybody that's
Larry, I saw Larry. Larry came on also, and Linton. I think it was you on Linton that was on there. My cousin, Larry.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah,
you
was on there.
Larry? Yeah,
was on there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And it's true, Vanessa. Pay attention to the music that you listen to. Do not let your kids you know what? We're going to leave it right there, Vanessa. Thanks for the next topic for next week. Okay, we're going to bring that up for next week because that's a whole nother topic by itself, the music that you listen to. Okay, so we'll hit that next week. Come prepare for next week with that. Love you guys so much. And guys, do not forget to go and do the competition. Me not see nothing in the inbox. Let's be for real now. There has to be someone out there that you think that might need a makeover.
And remember, we start at 8 o'clock.
Yes, guys. Email us at unfiltered852@gmail.com. All right, love you guys. Don't forget to share this video because we have to get other people's feedback and opinion about what's going on.
I need to make somebody over.
Yes.
Don't you want to make somebody over? Or you want to put on some makeup?
Yeah.
Or you want to put on some nice, clean, new clothes?
But guys, don't forget to share the video and like the video. And if you miss this on this, go on YouTube. All right, follow us, guys. Thanks for the support. We love you guys. Don't forget. Send in the application. But guys, please do not forget to share this. If you don't share any videos that we have done, share this one. It's very important because we need these feedbacks. Okay? Love you guys.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
I love my life. I love my life. Nobody really the person in the mirror and the dress at all. Tell yourself you never make your pressure you and live life to the fullest what you have. Just believe you know like what is. Never with a bar who goes with the easy. Lucky green, have faith in life and achieve. So we keep on life is easy and we take it. I want you to feel the fear of Father, that's the Holy Spirit.
Oh God, I made this. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you want to see the outfit? All right, love you.